And this is one category which they've dominated since its inception in 1985.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see here how the crews that are doubling up, that's Holland and Canada, who are all two people in the double sculls, how they fare in this race now. Their sharp edge will be blunted certainly, and particularly off the start, and indeed Holland is trailing a little bit as they go off the start, but Russia has moved off very quickly indeed, followed by Denmark. And indeed Germany there in third, moving very sweetly, very quickly, getting into that good long length of theirs. But it's just here off the start that the girls who rode in the doubles event earlier will feel it in the legs. There are the German blades coming out not very well, not very tidily together. Three going rather deep there on her right skull. And that might well be why they're in third place just off the start there. But they've quickly taken over the lead. They've moved into the front there in the last 200 meters. And here the United States out there in lane one. Strong finishes, good past the pin, but lying at the moment in fourth place. There's Germany in front, Russia in second, Canada now beginning to feel their way back into this race and picking up the speed. Marlene Bean at 2, Catherine Hedl at stroke, already possessors of gold medals from earlier in the regatta.
So coming to the end of the first quarter, Germany leading by just under half a length ahead of Russia, with Canada in third place ahead of the United States, and then Denmark and Holland bringing up the rear at the moment.
Russia moving very nicely in lane 5, just 2 up from the bottom here on your screen, but it's Germany who in this event are so dominant. This has to be the time, this has got to be the event for Germany to win their gold medal. This has got to be the event that they actually dominate. Although they have all these crews qualified for the Olympics next year, they've had a lot of difficulty getting past fourth place. And this is the crew that should do it for them.
Here the Dutch beginning to get their act together after a bit of a wobbly start. Moving up and getting into the pack now, although they've got a bit of work to do if they're going to take on the Germans. And certainly there are a lot of worried-looking German supporters who've pinned their hopes now on this crew and indeed on the men's 8, which is yet to come. The Russians in picture, well, they struggle these days. Not much financial support to help them compete with the world's best.
Denmark finding the pace pretty hot, moving well together, but they don't really have the same power if you compare them to the Germans or to the Russians. But it's Germany in front, being pressed by Canada. Canada has moved very sweetly into that second position, and they're putting a lot of pressure on Germany coming up to the halfway point. And not far behind, overlapping Canada, we've got the United States, Russia, and Holland. Holland squeezing up, trying to get those legs moving there as they come through the 1,000-meter mark. Holland just about fourth place. But Canada making a push on Germany. Germany sitting there using their power, using their legs and that experience to hold off a fast-moving Canadian crew.
Yes, there's bags of experience in that German quartet. At the bow, there's Jana Thieme, world single sculls champion in 1993. Sitting in front of her is the promising youngster, 19-year-old Katrin Rutschau. Jana Sorgers, she's at 3, and Kirsten Koppen at stroke, and there's an enormous amount of talent in the boat.
But Canada are coming. Canada are moving very, very well. Just a canvas down there on Germany. Germany they've hardly varied their rating, hardly varied their rhythm, just sitting there driving back, being very cool about this, no reaction at all as Canada comes back at them. And no one should underestimate Canada. Canada have a fantastic finishing sprint and a tremendous amount of courage. But there they are, stroke for stroke, with about 6 feet, 7 feet, 2 meters between the two crews.
But Germany just beginning to move again. But perhaps, Dan, this is the best tactics that Canada can adopt, for so often we've seen the Germans in this particular event move away, get clear water and come under pressure.
Germany losing a lot on that right scull at stroke, throwing up a lot of water, That's not helping the crew, but she's under pressure. Stroke is under pressure. The rest are backing her up well, but she's losing a lot on the finish, and now they're moving. They've pushed the rate up, now they're moving, and they're getting away from Canada stroke by stroke. Canada have done what they could, but those legs are beginning to feel rather tired as they come into the last 500 metres. And Holland has moved up into third place.
United States drop back to fourth with Denmark and Russia now the trailers, as Germany looking for clear water over Canada. They've got about 3/4 of a length at the moment. Now, can the Canadians find anything else? They really stuck to their task well, but now the Germans have moved away and they're beginning to open up. Now, when they put the power on and they increase the speed, they look so much better.
Yes, but their blade work is still not good on those right-hand sculls. They're throwing up a lot of water. They don't come out together. Tremendous amount of power, but they could be... it's not quite the sort of crew that we've been used to expect from Germany. They're powerful. Canada are pushing them. Holland has come through. Holland are now pushing hard on Canada. Holland are pushing on Canada for that silver medal. They're coming up all the time. 250 metres to go, and Denmark have moved now up into fourth place. Russia slipping back.
So this is a really good fight here for certainly the silver medal. The Germans have got the clear water, and they look as if they're going to hold this all the way to the line. But still, it's the Canadians who are chasing hard together with the Dutch.
Germany have this in hand. It's their power more than their blade work that's making them so unassailable. They've got a length. Canada are beginning to slide, and here they are, these two crews now, Holland and Canada, fighting for that silver medal, just as they were in the double sculls, neck and neck, fighting for the line.
Canada still holding off the Dutch, who continue to try and close the gap as Germany go to the line. The smiles on the faces of their supporters at last. Canada, a sigh of relief as they just hold off the Dutch. Denmark ahead of Russia, and on the far side in lane number 1, the United States. So the gold medal to Germany. Indeed, on the clock, just 0.2 of a second dividing the silver and bronze medalists.
But nothing can take away this victory from them. This was a fantastic victory. At last, a gold medal for Germany.